Hey everyone, happy Thursday. I am back with another round of, I guess not a round of videos, another Thursday live Facebook video. I am Andrea Owen. I founded Your Kick-Ass Life, and I am here every week bringing you some personal development, bringing you some wisdom nugget. Usually I'm here talking about my first book, 52 Ways to Live a Kick-Ass Life, going through a chapter a week, and I'm going to do something a little bit different this weekend for the next several weeks. I'm going to kind of be just giving you little snippets of this book, of what you can expect. Here, can you see it? How to Stop Feeling Like Shit, 14 Habits That Are Holding You Back from Happiness. That's my second book. And the official birthday, or what they call in the industry, my publication day, is January 2nd. So that's coming up. I know a lot of you who are in my community have already pre-ordered it. Thank you so very much for that. And today I wanted to talk about how to ask for what you want. And obviously the holidays are upon us, and it's really interesting because I was thinking this morning about gifts. And I want to know well, first of all, what if you celebrate Hanukkah, if you celebrate Christmas, what do you want this year for the holidays? Personally, I need new pajamas. I know I'm so domesticated. I want things that I need. I would really like new pajamas. There's these really cool mala beads that I have. I have like the way I ask for what I need in terms of gifts is I have a Pinterest board that I send a link to my best friend and to my mom and to my husband. And I'm like, here's all the things that I want. Go ahead and pick one of those things for me. I really want a new winter hat too. I live somewhere where it's really cold. So I'm curious, like, type in the comments, what are you hoping for, whether you've actually asked someone for it or not? What are you hoping to get this holiday season? And the reason I was thinking about this morning, a colleague of mine, Jason Van Orden, sent out an email, and he was talking about, are we good gift givers? I think many of us think we're good gift givers. We know when you're trying to buy something for someone, you think about what they like, right? It's the obvious thing to do. If you know someone is really into CrossFit, you might look for workout gear. You might look for like the newest CrossFit thing. You might, buy them a membership to a better CrossFit gym that they've been talking about wanting. Like, when you know that someone likes something, that tends to be a big clue to what to get them. I know for my husband, I think we all know like someone that this has happened to, or maybe it's happened to us. My husband, somewhere along the way, long before he met me, bought a nutcracker for himself, or had a nutcracker that he liked. And what ended up happening is it ran away from him. People thought that he really liked nutcrackers. And when I met him, true story, first time I ever went over to his house, he invited me over for dinner. And I walked in, and over to the left, when you first walked in, was this sort of, it was almost like an alcove type of thing that had a cabinet with almost like a countertop. And it was filled with nutcrackers. I mean, there had to have been 30 nutcrackers on there. And I said to him, so I see you like to crack nuts. And he told me, he's like, I like nutcrackers just fine, but my family found out that I kind of liked them, and now that's all they get me for gifts. And, sometimes we don't have the heart to tell people, like, cool it with the nutcrackers, I'm good. Right? So, I mean, has that ever happened to you? I don't think that's ever really happened to me, where it's just like kind of run away from me, where the socks. I went through a period of time where I used to play roller derby, and I really liked funky socks. And so I was getting a lot of those. But that's what we tend to do. We think that we know what someone wants, so we buy them that as gifts. And it got me thinking about real life. And when we need something from someone, and what I'm talking specifically about is when we're in crisis, when we are maybe not even in crisis, maybe when we're in a struggle, like something has happened at work. We had a yearly review from our boss, and something didn't come out the way that you would have wanted it. Or maybe you're struggling with one of your children, or maybe you are struggling to find a better job. Maybe you are feeling lonely because you've been single for a really long time. And we maybe get up the courage to tell someone about it. And as we're telling them, maybe they interrupt, or maybe they even wait for us to finish telling our struggle, and they immediately try to fix it. And they're like, well, have you tried online dating? Well, have you tried this at your work? Well, have you tried, and they're trying to, or worse, they tell you what you might be doing wrong. Or like we've all experienced that, right? Like head explosion, where we didn't want, like if we wanted advice, if we wanted someone to help us fix it, we would have asked them, right? Well, it's the same as gift giving. If we tell someone ahead of time what we actually want, then they know exactly what to give us. If we tell someone, I want you to stop buying me nutcrackers. Thank you so much. I know that you really care about me and that's why you keep buying me nutcrackers, but I'm good. It's the same with when someone tries to fix whatever struggle we're in, and it's actually not helping at all. So what it might look like, and people kind of like get all about this because they don't know how to say it out loud. They know that the person is really just trying to help them. So they are afraid to say anything. And really the thing is like, talking about gift giving for a second, I used to be the type of woman who was like, I just want you to know what I want. And then I was like, you know what? That doesn't work. People can't read their minds. It's so much harder for somebody to try to come up with that. And now, again, like I was saying, I just have a Pinterest board and I'm like, just pick something on there and we're all happy because you know that you got me something that I wanted. I got something that I actually wanted and everybody's happy. So it's the same with our life and coming to someone with a struggle. And so what it looks like is this. You preface the conversation. Before you even do that, let me back up for a second. You need to be sharing these struggles with the right person. If you continually go to, I don't know, maybe your sibling or like your sister or something with your work stuff, and she continuously does not show up for you, or she's always the person who has to one-up you, or the person who is like really negative, like kind of wet blanket, she might not be the person that you share your struggle with. You might be wanting to think about who else to share it with. But you might also want to give her the opportunity to show up for you as you need her to. So let's say you have the right person and they have your best intentions. They care about you so much. They just keep trying to give you advice when you share your struggle. What it looks like is you preface the conversation and you say, I love that you're always trying to help me when I share stuff with you, and I'm about to tell you something, and what I need is I don't need you to fix it at all. I'm not looking for any kind of advice. I need you to just listen. Do you think you could do that? And more often than not, they're going to say, yeah, what's going on? And then you share with them. And it might make them uncomfortable because they're going to want to fix it for you. If they see that you're in struggle and you're in pain, they're going to want to fix it. But there is something about that connection that happens when you share something with someone and they just witness it for you. They bear witness is what we call it over here. They're bearing witness to your struggle, and it diminishes, I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but it seems to kind of take it down a notch, the pain and struggle that you're in. When you're in it with somebody else, when you're sharing that pain and struggle with them. And I've actually done this with my husband. And, he is the classic example of someone who cares about me so much that when he sees that I'm in some kind of struggle or anxiety or whatever, he wants to fix it for me. He wants to help. He wants to put out the fire. And what I have told him is that what I actually need from you is just to listen. Put your phone down, look me in the face. This is important. I need your ear for 5 minutes. And at the end, give me a hug. That would be great. And he's so much more thankful that he is showing up as best he can for me. He wants to show up that way. So I feel like the world would change if we actually communicated to the people that matter to us the most how they can show up for us the best. We can actually tell them what the gift is that we want to receive from them. It's pretty much the same as gift giving during the holiday season. Just ask for what you want. The bottom line. I could have summed up this whole 9 minutes and 30 seconds and said, ask for what you want. And you can do it in a way that is kind, because some people might get a little bit defensive and say like, oh, do you not want my advice, or am I doing it wrong? And no, you don't have to make them wrong for wanting to show up for you. It's just really spelling out how they can support you. And I actually talk about that in this book in chapter 2, I think it is. I talk a lot about, the whole chapter is about isolating and hiding out, because for many smart, high achieving women that I help on the regular, one of the habits and behaviors that they've gotten really used to doing is hiding and isolating when things get hard. And it's, you know, you think to yourself, like, I don't want to tell that person my problems. I'm too embarrassed. I can just soldier through this on my own. I've been through worse. I can get through this on my own. Let me just have a few days. These are the things that we tell ourselves so that we don't have to expose ourselves and be vulnerable to another human being. And I totally get it. I have been there. I have isolated myself on many, many, many occasions, both around things going on in my life that were really big and even smaller things. And it is one of those things that really fuels loneliness. It can exacerbate any feelings of shame that you might already have around the issue. And it's just never helpful. And so in that chapter, I lay out the signs that you're doing it, the reasons that it's so important for you to reach out, who to reach out to, finding those right people, and actually how to articulate your struggle and what to look for, and how to have those sometimes harder, difficult, awkward conversations with people that we really care about. Because at the end of the day, the people that really care about you want to show up for you the best that they can. They just don't have the language around it. None of us are really taught these things in school or otherwise. So I hope that was helpful. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Even if you're watching the replay and you want to ask a question about this one or another video, we do go back and read those questions. This book, I will pop the link into the comments, is available for pre-order. I know the light is like really weird here, but it's got beautiful confetti on it. There, that's a better shot. But it's available for pre-order now. And there's also a 4-week book study class that I am hosting for free for anyone who orders before January 22nd. So I will pop the link in there to give you all the details about that, and as well as I'm doing giveaways with prizes and everything. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will be here next week, same time, same place, with another video for you. All right, I'll see you all out in cyberspace. Bye-bye.